Hi everybody, this is Kara Johnstad, singer-songwriter, voice visionary, and founder of Voice Your Essence, where we transform people's lives through the power of voice, through writing, through songwriting, through opening the voice, through speaking, because truth be that our world revolves around our voice and our need to communicate with our world. And so today I have a beautiful share with you, a beautiful article, and it's entitled 5 Steps to Finding Your Voice in the World. Theodor Rutke wrote, "I learn by going where I need to go." Yes. And I sit at my desk and listen to the cars move by as small birds chirp at my windowsill. This is the beauty of writing and listening. It is linking things together, the deep flow when we name things exactly as they are. So take that line, traffic moves underneath the old pine where birds chirp, and next to me my dog lies snoring. Our writing life cannot be separated from our lives as a whole. We are not separate from. Our writing life is our life. And the same goes with our voice and our speaking and our singing. It is not separated from our lives as a whole. We're not separate from it. It is our life. I'm reminded of a funny t-shirt that says, "Beware, I am a writer. Your stories may be used in my next book," or something to that effect. Yes. When we write, we travel landscapes unfamiliar to many, and few can follow us into the caves and caverns or fly with us as we penetrate the clouds or morph ourselves into a crumbling leaf. Writing should be done for the sake of writing. It is an invitation to claim joy, an invitation to claim your voice. And singing is the same for me. Simply by singing, you are not only pouring onto paper. With singing, you are the paper, the morphed leaf, the bird song. As a writer, your job is to get the words to sing off the page. As a singer, your job is to hold the words in your mouth, to mold them with your tongue, to give them breath, to shape them with your emotions and memory. Your cells are the paper, your tones the ink. And then, when you're finished, your joy is to give them as a gift to our world. And the world then becomes the book, the story that is carried further. And what do you get in return when you go on this voice path? You get utter bliss. You get to know yourself. If you do it well, the world gives it all back to you and more. Then, connecting color to breath and breath to sound and sound to story, you start again, creating the eternal circle that we call life. Our voice is connected to our bloodstream, and the breath I sing with could have been your last exhale. It's human nature to express ourselves. Writing claims our world. When we were very young, we realized quickly that words have power. It's immediate. We are so small and tiny and still have the power to move people around with only a very few small babbled words and sounds. Mama, eat. Stay, mama. Now. Parents are our first audience. And we realize rather quickly that even short sounds have great meaning and make a big impact. Little big poets. We practice naming things. Moo, said the cow, and woof, woof, goes the dog. We make sense of our world and our processes through voicing what we feel and think. It helps us sort things out and brings clarity. It is a powerful form of prayer and meditation, connecting us both to our own insights and to a higher and deeper level of inner guidance. When we name things, We link ourselves to what is important to us. Writing brings clarity and passion to the act of living. When you're able to open up so wide that you can freely sing the lines of truth that you wrote from the depths of your inner well, then, my beautiful souls, you are truly liberated. When your singer's voice meets the writer's voice and has an intimate love affair, this is the moment of awakening. All fears dissolve with finding and living your true voice in our world. So here are 5 steps to finding your voice in this world. 5 easy steps. They will work, I promise you. And yet, as you know, many roads lead to Rome. So enjoy discovering which steps work for you at this time. This is how you connect inspired thought and an activated heart through using different forms of voice work. Step 1 is musings. So step 1 is talking to the page, writing. Write your most intimate musings into a journal. Know you are safe and can close the cover and hold it close to your heart any time you need to. Write every single day and know that the key to being free as a writer is feeling safe, safe enough to fly. The key is trusting your voice and that you are in a critic-free zone. So ask your judges to leave the room and become your best friend. Step 2, speak your truth. The second step is to speak your truth with utter clarity. Practice reading your journal entries out loud. Practice reading other writers that you resonate with out loud. Practice hearing your voice in a room while speaking solely your truth. Practice feeling comfortable with the uncomfortable until you can keep your speaking voice open and clear while sharing your life stories. And this is a very big thing, because you're not only speaking other people's words, but you're going to practice going from step 1, which is writing your deep truth, to step 2, speaking what you've just written, speaking that truth, and holding that space. So step 3, you're going to start to sing it, adding height and depth of spoken word through melodic lines. As writers, we want the words to sing off the page. As speakers, we are here to lift the words off the page and let them hit air. We go from hearing them internally in our mind to voicing them out into the world. And as singers, we get to do the almost impossible. We get to take the words and not only lift them off the page and into a room, we get to move them horizontally and vertically through time and space. And instead of using the white page to reflect off, we now use the walls of a room for reflection. I want you to really think about that. The singer-songwriters here in the audience, I want you to think about what that says. The first step is you're reflecting off of a very close page to help you find clarity. The second step is you're speaking that into a room and the walls start reflecting. And the third step is you're going into a bigger auditorium or concert hall, more spaces reflecting. And guess what? Then step 4 comes, okay? Where you start sharing it with other people. So you're not only listening to your voice in a room, you're also listening to your voice in a room with other people. So empower your voice to be there for you 24/7 and keep standing in your truth when you're sharing your words, your speeches, songs with a bigger audience. As singer-songwriters, we work on both aspects, writing the truth on paper, speaking the truth in our lines, and singing the truth to larger audiences. The words are carried into spaces filled with fellow travelers, listening hearts, and that is when the magic begins. The tone is set, and we begin to fill up the people's bodies and souls with sound. We pour into them love. We pour into them pictures that trigger their imaginations. Yes. The last step in voicing your essence is trusting the skies and truly flying. It is to dare to expose your heart until you are sure you will fall from the cliff. You teeter on the ledge of no return as you stretch into voicing the things you used to only write secretly underneath the bed covers in your journals. You look out into the audience. Their eyes are full of expectancy and longing, and the room is still. And you wait a moment and you say, can you really trust your journey? You question, will your voice hold you? Are your words solid? Are they based on truth or mere fiction? And the audience waits in anticipation as you open your mouth to sing. You catch your breath and begin to fall. It is the same feeling like falling in love. You never know which direction it's going to go when you open your soul. The person in front of you can embrace your purity, or they can walk away. Or worse, you can open yourself and they can start to throw daggers into your heart and bullshit into your space. The voice path is a very sacred path. It is the path of love. It is a path of the heart. You decide to open. And the opening is not to one person sitting across from you at a dinner table on a date. The opening of your soul is to 100 people staring at you from straight back chairs in a church or in a concert hall. The opening is for 500 people looking at you from the back of the room, waiting for you to slip off the edge. The opening is for you to publish your books for thousands and thousands to read, and create albums for thousands and thousands, if not millions, to hear, all waiting for you to slip off the edge and show them what it's like to be love. So why take this crazy, crooked, wild, and sometimes very rugged voice path? Why seek after the pure essence of your being when it's more comfortable working in a grocery store or staying hidden by view? The reason you choose the voice path is because it is liberating. When you allow yourself to voice who you truly are and risk standing front and center, and then have an audience that catches you, have people that catch you, this is a moment that God enters the playing field. When they all fly with you, and you come back to that moment, that same moment when you were a child, and that one mama, mama, mama could make the room come to a standstill, and everyone would listen to what you had to say. It's the same moment that you remember as a child when you stood in the middle of a party and you were dancing, ecstatically dancing, alone in the middle of the dance floor, and everyone turned to look at you and celebrated you as a beautiful being that you are. And when you stand with open hands and they with open mouths, you will know that you are bringing them stars gathered from some of your darkest nights as a writer. You create poems, songs, books, and concerts, and soon, guess what? Your life's work has given you a felt path through the world that we live in. Giving voice is our birthright. It gives us the keys to the kingdom. Call it the angels or the muses. Call it intuition or spirit guides. By listening to our inner voice and bringing it out into the world, everything reverberates around us. Giving voice to who we are connects us to something larger than ourselves, and this allows us to live with greater vigor and utter aliveness. So thank you so much for joining me here today at the Voice Your Essence podcast. Again, Voice Your Essence is a place where we're really gathering a lot of great writers and singers and songwriters and people who have never even dared to open their mouths and bringing them through a step-by-step program so that they can share their truth with our world and that we can support each other. If you'd like to stay connected and receive regular weekly podcasts and e-zines and be on the list for live streams and concerts and special event invitations, also we have a studio now in Berlin, the Yoga Voice Berlin studio, then all you have to do is come to my homepage, karajohnstad.com, opt in, and I will get you out those gifts in a jiffy. In the moment, we have a beautiful, beautiful guided meditation for the voice that's available in the next weeks. If you are on social media and would enjoy staying connected, I'm on facebook.com/karajohnstad.official, also on Facebook/Voice Your Essence, and if you are on Twitter or LinkedIn or Google Plus or Pinterest, any of those sites, all you have to do is put in my name, Kara Johnstad, and you're going to find me. I'm having a great time over on Pinterest, creating a lot of vision boards for everybody here so that we have the resources that we need to continue to really stay inspired and live creative lives based on truth and on caring and on kindness and on raising the consciousness of this planet. So much love to all of you. I'm going to see you and hear from you very, very soon. Until then, stay gold. Bye-bye. Yeah. Past cross for a time, only to part again. Always moving, always letting go. Always moving, that's the way to grow.